Good morning. Good Monday morning to everyone in our Live Younger Life Wave community. We meet every single Monday morning, except if it's a holiday. and we meet at 8 a.m. Pacific time for about a half an hour. And I am your host, Michelle Niels. That's with an S on the end. And I co-host with Karen O'Neill. I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado, and Karen is in Colorado Springs. And we are so lucky that we have Robin and Gregory doing their Whistle Stop Colorado tour this week. And so we're going to be all together. And it makes it even more wonderful that we can physically be with one another in this wonderful community. But, these Zoom calls are really good. A good substitute for if you can't make a physical contact with someone. And to see your faces every Monday morning just brings so much joy to my heart. Even if you're not showing your face and you just raise your hand and you share, and even if you're just a participant, we can feel your love and your energy here in this community. And we appreciate that so much. So welcome, a warm welcome from my heart. And Gregory is here, and I'm going to turn it over to him a little bit later. But what this call is about, for those of you who are new, because a couple of you were brave souls and said, this was your first time and you told us where you're calling from, and we love to welcome new people. So if in the course of this half an hour, you are new, and especially if you have a question about the patches or you have a testimonial, that's what this call is all about. We come together each week to share our deep love and appreciation for these patches. And every single day we get to hear miracle stories, which is why we call it the Monday Morning Miracle Call. And I have a share. I may wait because two very excited people raised their hands. And so I will wait a little bit, but it was a long-standing problem for me. And I look forward to sharing my breakthrough that was helped by the beautiful dear friend Ravel. I can't wait to share my story later. But what we do here is we raise our hands. So at the bottom of your screen, there's a reaction button. If you have a screen, if it's too hard for you to do that, you can wave. I'll probably see your hand. If all else fails, unmute and just say I have a question and I'll call on you. But it's very helpful if you can raise your hand using the reaction button at the bottom of the screen. There's a little raise hand bar. You just click on that and then I'll see your hand go up. And so we just open up and we share our stories, our questions about the patches. It's really helpful if you tell us very specifically which patches you used, what your symptoms were before, which patch you used, and then how you feel now. And we are careful to avoid the names of diseases. So we want to remain compliant. So let's stay with symptoms only. And with that being said, we are starting with Donald, who is, I'm so excited because he's new to our community and new on the call. So Donald, go ahead and unmute yourself, and we'd love to hear from you.
Are you really talking to me? I guess you are. So I unmuted myself.
To you, Donald. Yes.
And Sarah, well, I'm sorry. I haven't received my patches yet, but I'm just excited about it. So I didn't come to say anything, but just to listen. But everything in my being resonates that this is real and this is true. And yeah, so I'm not an old friend of Sarah's, but a new friend. And we just had some great chats and talks yesterday. And over the last few days, I learned about LifeWave actually through a different person, but I wasn't happy with the responses I was getting. So I asked in another private group that I'm a part of, is anybody familiar with this? And the leader of that group directed me to Sarah, and we just hit it off, and I'm really excited about it. My issues, and it'll be a true miracle if something changes here, but I'm close to 70 years old. Sarah's a little older, but I have total loss of body hair for alopecia areata started for me in, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say these names.
Yeah. You were good with
sorry about that.
Loss of body hair, but we don't name disease states.
Yeah. Right.
You'll
So
get it.
yeah, they so I know there's no guarantees, but I would really like to have eyebrows again. When I'm working outside, the sweat just rolls down into my eyes, and that's kind of tough. Um, and I've also got a significant hearing loss that happened, almost I guess it'd be a little over 10 years ago now. I have to wear a hearing aid of some kind, or I just don't survive in the world. So it'd be great to get improvement on that. I know there's no promises, but I'm just looking forward to increased health and vitality through these patches. And I'm expecting sometime this week to get my X39s and glute patches. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Donald, your enthusiasm and your openness to receive a miracle is pretty, and we have the science. I mean, Karen, I love what Karen says. She says, Monday morning miracle call. These are miracles, but it's actually science. It's not even a miracle. It's science. We have the data. We have the research to prove it. But as you said, Donald, we don't know what your body's going to go to work on first. What are those stem cells, those busy little cells, going to go to first? And they go to the area of most need. And it could be an organ that you didn't even realize was a little bit stressed. So, we can't predict, but we absolutely know that the patches work 100% of the time and 100% of the people. We just don't know quite what that's going to look like. But you have the right attitude, I'll tell you. We're happy to have you, Donald. Welcome. All right, Stacy, go ahead and unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so about a month ago, I think it's about a month ago now, I had some dental work, the bottom right molar here, and they had to take out an old cavity, put in a new cavity, fit myself for a crown. And I have had probably pain on the scale of 10 or above. And I've been using the Eon, the ice waves. Nothing has been helping. So last night, I'm like, instead of getting woke up every morning, just early morning, just pain, I decided I was just going to put the Eon on the back of my neck. I did not wake up at all with any pain. So, and even like I said, when I was going through the pain, the ice waves and the Eon would not even work here. So I just decided that I was just put it on the back of the neck, and it was amazing. So even right now, I don't have any pain. Yeah.
Just so excited for you, Stacy. Oh my gosh.
Yes, because when you have mouth pain, yeah, it ruins it ruins the rest of the day, because it's horrific. But my dentist said that, yeah, my dentist said this molar, whatever, it does 80% of the work in the mouth, because it's like the first molar. And I have other dental problems and everything, so maybe mine is just off the charts. But the Eon back of the neck has been working since last night. So
since last night, you got a good night's sleep. Well, you look radiant and lovely, my dear. I would not know that you had been through all of that. So I'm going to share, because that goes on the perfect segue to what I wanted to share, and using the patches in a different place. So we hear, that, okay, David Schmidt came up with these brilliant placements, right? And we can certainly do that first. And if they don't work, we may make a change. Well, I was speaking with Ravel last week, and I was telling her about a long-standing sleep issue that I've had. I know many of you can relate. I think I've heard the statistic, like, I don't know, 60 or 70% of Americans deal with sleep issues. And I've been using the patches for almost 3 years. And while the quality of my sleep has been dramatically improved by just the X39, I found that some of the other patches for sleep didn't necessarily work. And I'm going to keep experimenting with silent nights, but so far that hasn't been the most helpful for me. And it's the bomb for some people. It's just fabulous. The first night, they just sleep like a rock. I had been using Alavida right here and on the third eye point. And I was speaking with Ravel last week and she said, Michelle, maybe it's too stimulating for you. And I thought, yeah, but I kind of like those dreams. But she said, try putting it on the vagus. The vagus nerve exits the cranium, the skull right below the mastoid process, which is a bone behind your earlobe. Okay, if you reach behind your ear and you feel the mastoid, it's a bone, and come down a little bit, there's a muscle. That's where the vagus nerve exits. The vagus nerve is huge. It's one of the most important cranial nerves, and it's responsible for our rest and digest, or stress response. So if that nerve is calm, and if you can do some research on the vagus nerve, just Google it or use your favorite search engine and check it out. But that little tweak, moving the Alavida from here to here, and I actually stacked the Eon. One day I tried them side by side, the Eon and the Alavida side by side, one on top of the other, like this. And then the next time I tried them stacked like a pancake. And I haven't decided, they both seem to work really well. I am so happy, you guys. I have been waking up for years in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep, like for an hour. And I have had to resort to some medication. And I was telling Ravel, I am so over this. I just want to be done. It's the one medication that I feel that I've had an addiction to. And you guys, I haven't used it for like 3 or 4 nights in a row, and I've been sleeping. So this is a huge success, because so many people, whether it's sleep or pain or whatever, just tweak, just try something different. That's why I love this community, because we learn so much from one another. So thank you, Ravel. All right, I am so happy. All right, Tina, and then Heidi, and then Donald has another question. Okay, Tina, go ahead and unmute.
Good morning, everybody. I just had a quick question. I have had for years chronic high-pitched ringing in both of my ears, and was just thinking last night if any one of the patches might be beneficial to help diminish it, even in the slightest. It's just a chronic, horrible, constant, high-pitched, that's all I hear, kind of noise all the time. Has anybody had any experience with that? And if they have tried any of the patches, have they worked?
I'm going to throw that out to the community. I have a feeling there's going to be some responses to that. Would anyone like to hear?
This is Chris in Bend, Oregon. And I just put that, had one of my distributors try it on the backup, on the mastoid. And she's had it for like 20 years. And it is really improved last I checked. And she had only used it for like a week. And she did the Eon on the mastoid. I'm trying to remember, I'm sorry, if it's the Eon or the X39. It might be one or the other. I cannot remember. But she said it was highly improved.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to give that a try. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you, Chris, for popping in. Just curious if anyone else, before we move to the next question, does anyone else have a suggestion or a testimonial about the ringing in the ears? Yes, Jerry, go ahead and unmute, Jerry. There you go.
In our team, we have Dr. Velvet on it, and she uses either the X39, which she said helped her ringing in the ear overnight, but she put it right on the mastoid. That's exactly where she had it. And then she also, and she also indicated Eon too, she had used. So the same two that Chris mentioned.
Excellent, thank you, Jerry. Awesome, I love our community. We have so many resources. Okay, we have Heidi, and then Kathleen, and then Donald.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I just want to make sure, this is Heidi. I'm on my cellular data. Can you hear me okay? If you'll just give me a quick thumbs up.
Hear you great.
Okay, fabulous. So my share today is a double share. One I just realized this morning, so I'm 52 years old. I have birthed 7 children between the ages of 29 and 9. And I have always had what I call my nightly visit to the bathroom, which is in the middle of my 8.5 hours of sleep. Since May 27th, while having Alavita on my forehead, which I take off in the morning from here. And I put to, this is the double share, I put to my, I donate plasma. I'm a plasma donor twice a week. And I put it on my arm because I don't like my veins to look kind of bulgy. I'm a female, but I like to not look bulgy like an athlete. So I remove it. But my biggest thing is this morning I realized that having been on the patch X39 from consistently from May 27th, no, the evening of May 26th, and Alavita at night, so X39 during the day, and Alavita, I don't wake up with my little bladder visit, which is crazy cool.
Oh my God. That is awesome. There's another example. You just never know. And with these, I mean, is it the X39 that's doing something to the stem cells, to your bladder? I mean, I don't know. We can't make a direct, you know, it's an association, but I don't know if it's
I'm going to call it the X39 on my, my scar tissue. Cause Robin taught me to put my, take a picture of my scar from my appendicitis rupturing on Mother's Day, 2012. Mm-hmm. And I think that was just the kicker right there. That's where I've been putting my X39. So,
which is kind of close to the bladder, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Heidi. Awesome. Kathleen and then Donald.
Good morning, Michelle and everybody. Michelle, I just wanted to say ditto. I've been experimenting also, haven't been able to sleep for years through the night, and have not been able to wear the silent night. It just doesn't seem to work for me. And so I've been experimenting with moving the patches around. So I'm glad we're talking about this so people can hear us, but I found out the same thing when I was doing Alavita on my third eye. I just must be overstimulated. So I went to the vagus nerve, and I'm going to try some other placements for silent night also. But the Alavita and silent night on the vagus nerve sounds like a good experiment. I'm going to try it.
Now, Alavita and Eon.
I'm sorry, Alavita and Eon. Right. I knew that. I have it written down right. I just said it wrong. Thank you.
Good. Yes, you're welcome, Kathleen. I know we're going to help a lot more people, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, Helen, and then Kay. Yes, okay. Helen.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, you know, Robin does a whole talk on, you know, helping with sleep, but we've just said it doesn't work for me. Silent night, it doesn't work. Well, if you're needing melatonin, that's when that works, right? So just to put out on that. So if you're stressed, you know, Eon, in pain, maybe the ice wave. So I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you. And actually that was in the back of my mind, and then it slipped out because we went on to another question. So thank you for saying that, Helen.
Yeah.
Kay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Kay.
I was going to bring that up, and then I'm going to add an addendum to that. If people go to liveyoungersuccess.com and choose library, the first thing on the drop down is David Schmidt product training videos. And he has a wonderful video on sleep and what you can do in addition to silent night to get a good night's sleep. So I wanted to refer people to that site, liveyoungersuccess.com. Choose library and David Schmidt training videos.
Okay, just because there's a lot of people that like to see this in the chat, would you be so kind as to put it in the chat?
Certainly, I'll be happy to do that.
Thank you, Kay. All right, we have Donald and then Gregory and then Adele with a kitty on your lap or puppy. Oh, all right, Donald, go ahead and unmute. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. The reason I raised my hand initially was because of the sleep story. And I just wanted to say that I have a very good friend who will definitely want to become involved, and I just need to connect with him. But he's had long-term sleep issues, and I'm just so glad that this is a topic and people are saying, you know, this patch, there's more to it than just putting it there, and it's not a magic cure. And yeah, he's been through a lot. So I'm looking forward to him. I'll copy that that link, and it may or may not be visible for people outside. Probably isn't, but I'll just let him know that we as a group have resources that can really help him. And I know he's going to want to get involved. The other thing that occurred to me after when the first person was sharing was about the ringing in the ears, which I had for years and years. And this has nothing to do with Lifeway, but we're helping each other, right? So after doing a morning meditation with sound that is designed to, and you know, there's like 3 different products, and I was using one of them that was the least pricey of them. And I realized, like probably 10 years ago now, oh my gosh, that ringing is gone. And then I read something, you know, how the dots get connected, and it hasn't recurred since, that there's the stimulation of the hearing apparatus in the brain that happens when you do these sounds over these different ranges. And I don't have all the technical language, but it made me realize that's what did it. And so I would encourage the people that have that problem to look into that in addition to the patches.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, Donald. Maybe you could put a link in the chat if you can do that. That would help.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that to the one I use.
Okay, Robin or Gregory. I don't know which one of you has your hand up, because I see Gregory over here and I see something over here on my screen.
Okay. It's Robin. I just wanted to thank Helen and Kay. It's so fun for me to hear you guys. Yeah, the sleep video that David did is wonderful. And what Helen was referring to is I typically ask people a whole series of questions, because I think it's really important to know that people have sleep challenges for very different reasons. And David goes through that in that video. And, you know, some people have a busy mind. He says, take taurine, and that really works. You know, some people have stress. Ian really works. Some people are in pain. Ian at night can really work for that. Some people need more melatonin. As we age, we have less of it. So there's just a variety of reasons. And please do watch the video to create the ideal conditions for sleep, but also to understand there's 4 or 5 different patches that help us sleep.
Thank you for that brief summary, Robin. And beautiful. I think that cannot be repeated too many times. I know it's been on several of our calls, our chats, but there's many people here who have never heard that. And that is absolutely true. And as a health coach, I go through those questions, you know. And also one thing that you often mention, Robin, is screen time. Like, cut screen time, guys. I mean, like, if you're having trouble sleeping, do not look at a screen, a phone, an iPad, a Kindle, nothing for at least 2 hours.
Television.
I forget that because I don't watch TV. But yeah, no screens for at least 2 hours before bed if you have trouble sleeping.
Yeah. And if you are someone that has to, for whatever reason, get yourself some blue-black glasses.
Blue-black glasses.
Yes. So there's, you know, it does decrease the melatonin. And there are people that put things, I mean, I have it on my phone. I have a blue blocker on my phone. So yeah, there's lots of different reasons, and really watch the video. And it just warmed my heart to hear Helen and Kay. So thank you guys.
Real quick, I just wanted to chime in and mention that any of the videos that are in Live Younger Success, that's all shareable. The only place things aren't shareable is in our private Facebook group. You can't share out of the private Facebook group, but the videos that are in the library section, totally shareable. And they're probably also in our YouTube channel, or they're in the corporate YouTube channel, but it's all shareable. Just so I wanted to clarify that for you, Don.
Yes. Excellent. Thanks, Gregory. All right. We have time for 2 more questions, and we have Adele and Jerry, and then I'll turn it over to Robin and Gregory. So Adele, hi, good morning.
Good morning. I spoke before about being allergic to cats and dogs my whole life. And at 65, because of 5 weeks on X39, I realized I was no longer allergic to cats and dogs. So I now pet sit 5 dogs, and this is one of them. This is little Rhodey. And Rhodey, before COVID, was traveling enough every year to be platinum on American Airlines. So he's traveling a lot, but now he's home and I get to be with him, and his mommy and daddy travel quite a bit for business. So I'm now, my whole life has changed. I literally pet sit 2 weeks a month, live on the property. It's an amazing new lifestyle because of the patches. And I had been out of the States for 7 years, so I didn't own anything anymore. So many miracles. But what I was going to say about this little roadie, his left eye has been glassed up, fogged over. It just looked like he had it looked like it wasn't active. He couldn't see very well. You could tell he would have trouble jumping and such. And I started putting on, he's wearing his bandana, a used X39 and a used Eon on the bandana, just used one every day. And his eye is no longer foggy looking. Isn't that amazing? So we know his vision must be better. So just you can't really tell, I'm sure, on the video, but just exciting. So,
well, are you the best pet sitter ever? I think you're just going to be in like such high demand. Our dogs just recovered from all these things when Adele was pet sitting. What are you doing, Adele? And then you get to share the patches. You see what they do for the dogs. Wait till you see what they do for people.
Yeah, and actually the family use them too now. So
oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's
it's been
great.
fun. So anyway, I just wanted, since Rhodey was right here, I'm outside, and I thought, oh, I'll just share this.
Thank you, Adele.
Thank
and
you.
Rhodey.
I love this Monday morning miracles. Love it.
Me too.
Great way to start our weeks. Thank you.
Such a great, yeah. Thank you, Adele. Jerry.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you again. What I want to come on and tell is just a testimonial of my father, who is 95. And he has been on the patches since the last week in October. And I can't tell you how many miracles we have received through them. As a matter of fact, as I said in the beginning, we're up in, in Tennessee and on the 6th floor of our timeshare situation. He went walking for a half an hour yesterday and never had a backache. I started, with triangular searching around trying to help that. And we have gotten that most of the time. He had a growth on the back of his head that he started to put his used X39s on because he was going to go to the doctor, and it started to get smaller. And now I started with Alavita now that we're up here to finish it off. And then his skin is thin, and he ended up cutting it the other day, and we bandaged it in that, and we put the patches there. And he come in yesterday, Tuesday later, and he says, I can't believe this. He says, look, it's not even purple anymore. It's pink and it's almost gone and it's healed. So at 95, I can't understand, because I know the stem cells have been gone a long time, how it has helped him. Eon has cured his depression. I can go on and on. So, I mean, just thank you so much for the patches. And I had a quickie, but I didn't see Dr. Barber on. She had given me what to do for my problem, and I had a little bit of a result, but do you know if she's on?
I haven't seen her.
Okay.
Do you have her contact info, Jerry?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't know if Robin or Helen, if you can put it in the chat, Dr. Barbara Jennings, if one of you could put that.
I'll put it in.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Jerry. We're at the bottom of the hour, but Karen, if you got a quickie, go ahead, hon.
I'm going to make it as quick as I can. I just want to give you a 3 1/3 year quick update. Okay, I'm 72. I started LifeWave when I was 69, 3 1/3 years ago. And just some of the changes, okay, then and now. Okay, usually when you're 69, you're thinking you're going to get older and have worse things in 3 years, right? So instead, I have full use of my hands where I couldn't even turn a curtain at the beginning. I'm 80 pounds lighter. I'm not saying LifeWave did it. I'm saying my lifestyle did it. And LifeWave really has helped me. And 92%, I made that number up. I don't know what percent. I almost never have any pain. Never. I had some chronic pain right here with a little thing I'm not going to name, which has gotten better, not worse. I don't look any older than I did back then. I think I look younger, and people tell me I look younger. And I mean, so my scars have faded to nearly nothing. So in the 3 1/3 years since I've started, I am in better condition than I've ever been. And I feel better than I did in my 30s and 40s. I just wanted to give you that little 3-year update because, the other thing is my voice is more like it was when I was younger. Never was a great voice, but for a while I couldn't hit those higher notes for a few years. Now I can again. Not that they're high, but my high. Anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to give you that little update. Mwah. See y'all later.
Mwah. We love it. We're all feeling it in our hearts and all the way to our toes with goosebumps. That's a goosebump share. We are getting younger. And every time I look at our dear beloved Gregory, who had an incredibly stressful classroom a couple years, God, I don't remember how long ago it was. And he's younger and he's healthier and you would never know what he went through. So yes, over time, we just have no idea, guys. I mean, we're going to be in here for the long haul. We're going to be doing these calls into our 90s and 100s. It's like Dr. Shauna Young used to say, I'm not afraid of getting older. I just don't want the Depends and the walker and the, she said, we can seem to get older, but our cells are getting younger. We're getting younger, everybody. So
I forgot this call goes until 9:40. I took myself off video in my car. And I'm
oops, Heidi, you're unmuted. Okay, so great. Thank you so much, everyone, for the beautiful shares. And someone is asking in the chat, how long did Rhodey? Oh, okay, 3 weeks. Rhodey wore the patches, the dog. Okay, 3 weeks before the eye got uncloudy, right?
And that wasn't consistent. So I say that he also had one Alavita for itching.
Okay.
We had the dogs on that and didn't help enough. But yes, I would say the X39 and Eon about 3 weeks off and on.
Okay.
So
X39.
just the used ones.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Gregory and Robin, I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful team leaders up in Bozeman, Montana, who are going to be coming to Colorado this week. So over to you.
Okay. Robin, do you want to go ahead?
I'll start and then turn it over to you. I'm waiting for confirmation for our new director to be on the call tonight. She did it really fast and it's a unique story. So I'd love people to hear it. So we'll let you know about that. Dr. Tom is scheduled to be on tomorrow night. And I just wanted to share a quick story. One of our dogs, I had to do an emergency visit to the vet the other day because she ran and her toenail was too long and it broke over below the quick and she was bleeding and in really serious pain. I didn't know what it was. She wouldn't let me get near it. So I took her to the vet. She was shaking like crazy. She was anxious. She was panting. And I put an X39 and an Eon on her when we were in the vet office. And she calmed down so quickly. And she's healed really, really fast. And she's running around. It's not that many days. I mean, you'd never know she was injured. So, and she did have a surgery not too long ago. And I was really concerned about that because she healed so fast. She was running quicker than she should have. It was like an ACL surgery. And, she just healed so fast. And the doctor said it was great. So wonderful. So Gregory, I'm going to turn it over to you for the rest.
Yeah, well, we always have some other updates. We'll might hear about some updates on our Live Younger success and Live Younger products. I just want to remind everybody that Nitty Gritty Basics is now AKA, also known as Live Younger Products. So customers go to Live Younger Products and distributors go to Live Younger Success and Live Younger Products because there's stuff in Live Younger Products we all need to know and have access to. And all of the information in both of those websites is very shareable. It's not password protected. It's not for private audiences, but we don't typically send our customers to Live Younger Success until they're ready to become a distributor. And that's when we open the door there. So really looking forward. I just want to put a call out to everyone to who do you know in Colorado? Robin and I are hitting the road Wednesday morning to crack of dawn and looking forward to breaking bread with, in Colorado with, Timothy and Helen and spending quality time in Fort Collins on all day Thursday and Thursday evening. And then on Friday, we're heading down to join, our Southern California folks down in Colorado Springs, and then we'll be up in Boulder on Saturday. So the flyers are available. You can download them from last week's newsletter. They'll be posted again in this week's newsletter, and looking forward to seeing many of you. And certainly, probably almost all of you know somebody, or I guarantee you know somebody that knows somebody in Colorado that should be at one of our stem cell seminars. So that's what I have to close out the call today. Michelle, great job today. And thank you everyone for your wonderful shares. It is like a shot of B12 on a Monday morning. Thank you.
We don't need those expensive IV bars. We just come here. All right, everyone.
Beautiful job, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin, and so much love to everyone. And just keep on sharing this amazing technology. We have such a gift. And David Schmidt, oh my gosh, I just moved to tears when I think about that man. And I get to see him in a couple months. So if you want to unmute and say goodbye, thank you for being here every week. We love seeing you. Have a good week.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. What a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
So much.
Bye.
Great day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love all of you.
Bye. Much appreciation.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.